Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, hey.
what's going
Bravo,
on? Happy
folks. Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's another edition of My Two Cents. We're the crew. We get together every Friday. We started about a year ago. Quarantine, couldn't get together, so we decided to do it on the intranet, the
That's
internet,
it.
the
It looked,
internet.
it looked like Mokita coming
On
to
the
us live from
internet.
where Kanye was sleeping at the Mercedes-Benz stadium for the.
Oh, okay.
What
Okay.
Is
is
you
it?
in
Looks like
Kanye's old
what?
room, Mokita? You look like you in Kanye's old room at the Mercedes-Benz stadium.
Yes. I'm
Oh
only
my
here for one
God.
night though.
That part.
Mokita, you
That
give me a
part.
little bit of that Latina vibe right now.
You see it.
What kind
You
of
see it.
vibe?
You see it. You see that little Latina.
Latina.
You got that.
That
Got them
Latina.
curls.
No,
Got them
papi, I'm no
curls.
black. I'm Dominican. That's
I can't stand y'all.
You know what I'm saying? She
I
coming to you
can't
live from
stand y'all.
Washington Heights.
Yes. 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 I told you the black
I
does a
missed you
little
guys
something.
last week.
I know. Gosh. You're an empty nester now,
Mm.
and
Oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
Makita don't want to tell the
I don't
truth.
even know how to
She
act.
chasing she's chasing somebody's son around that house butt naked. She don't want to admit it though.
Ooh.
No, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Right, Miles. Then she'll put a post. My daughter came in for the just for the visit. Right.
I love it.
Trying to be all
I love
modest.
it.
You know what?
No, I'm crying over her pillow.
Y'all ain't right.
Boy, put them handcuffs away, boy.
Oh my God.
See? See? It's that black hair. I'm trying to
Absolutely
tell you.
not.
Black
Mo.
hair.
That's
It's
that's
black
Mo
hair.
got Mo got the
Absolutely not.
handcuffs and whips and chains and
Oh goodness.
Mo done
Miles, you
went
might,
full
Miles,
domination.
Miles. I don't know, Miles. You know a little too much right now, Miles.
I was like he done seen something and heard something.
I
What's
don't know
going on?
anything
I
about
don't know.
those things.
It sound like a fantasy Miles is talking about. I don't know what Miles is talking about.
You say he
It was
keep
so
talking?
detailed.
Right. And the chandeliers and going up and come back down. And
Look,
the song.
speaking of chandeliers and not having children, shout out to Brandy and Tunde, our fellow classmate or castmate on their baby girl. Yay!
We see you, baby Rain.
Yes, baby Rain. We love it, Brandy. Congratulations to you and
Congrats, Mama.
Tunde. And we look forward to
Congrats.
you
Congrats.
coming back and
Congratulations.
chopping it up with us.
Oh, I
I'm gonna tell
love
you what.
it. I love it. That was almost Justice's name.
Oh, was it? And how do we get to justice?
She was a fan of Tupac. We know this.
Poetic. It was poetic.
Oh,
Okay, so after
I
Janet
have a
Jackson,
delay,
got
I
it.
think.
Got it. So this past weekend here in Miami, everybody from the state of Mississippi, every alumni from Jackson State, FAMU, and every other Black person who just wanted to come to Miami used it as an excuse to parlay a good time in Miami under the auspices of the
Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a scope, but we ain't with all that. Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it's brought to you by Hip Rockstar.
Right.
Some of us needed a little more rest than others, but it was
Yeah.
a good time. Dwight,
Yeah,
what did
it
you
was.
get into?
Listen, I had family in town. I got into a little bit of everything. So as I'm gonna use John Lewis's phrase. I got to do some good trouble. Is what I'm gonna say.
I love it.
Good trouble. But I wanted to say that the beauty of it all was that we were trying to showcase these classics for Black college football. Statistically, that the viewership of that outperformed a number of Power 5 games that were on TV that same weekend. So Orange Blossom Classic, folks are out here watching, and snapping on ESPN for not showing the halftime show either.
Well, you got to forgive ESPN for that because they don't understand that with Black college football, the bands are bigger than the football teams. They had no idea. They actually thought that the game is actually bigger than a halftime show. Somebody on the inside needed to alert them.
Yeah, that's why you need to hire more HBCU alumnus.
Yeah, this is not. Listen, you don't cut away to the studio and do a halftime report, for a Black college football game. No, you stay on point and you stay with those bands and you let the people at home see that show. Somebody just needs to just update their production strategy and let it be what it is.
Miles, that was a faux pas. You know how to take that truck and have a tailgate party if it's a big game. So if you're gonna come and do what we do, you need to showcase the band. It's part of it. And guess what? You're gonna have a tailgate party for a couple hours. Lee Corso gonna put the big old head on his head, and they're gonna be out there. They're all gonna be out there. So I just think that you missed an opportunity. You want to be part of it, but you don't want to be part of it. That's part of it.
No, I agree. Well, I just think that they just failed to deviate. I mean, they failed to understand Black college football protocol. But of course,
do you think ESPN, they failed to understand, or do you think they did not want it?
That part.
It definitely was hip hop in the 90s. The Grammy Awards.
Yeah, I think they want it, Roy. I just think that you have a production template that you kind of abide by for all football games. You know what I'm saying? And they just applied the template that they normally use for any other football game. But they got to understand that Black college football is a different dynamic. They got to understand that, again, that the bands are bigger than the football game. That's actually why people go to the Black college football games. Even the football players understand that. They even understand that. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
I mean, you got the jaywalkers and people that work for ESPN. You guys should know better, right?
But do they have the power, Roy? Do they have the power to actually
Dion has the power. Dion has the power.
I honestly just don't think they care. This is not
That's
the
exactly
first.
what it is. I don't think
This
they
is
care.
not the first. Mokita, what's going on?
I'm trying to figure it out. You just keep on talking. Just keep on talking. I'm not a distraction. You just keep on talking.
OnlyFans? I'm trying to figure out.
Girl, I mean,
I'm trying to be looking. Am I looking here? Am I looking here?
What kind of halftime show is this?
So Mokita's giving a great example of what ESPN should have done. They should have split the screen, went to the halftime show, put the band next to that, and just
that would have been perfect.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
We could watch you and listen to Jessica at the same time. That's perfect.
I felt like Mokita's OnlyFans was like, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out what part of the screen am I supposed to be looking at?
They said, I didn't pay for this.
Right. I need her to show the right view. Yeah.
Oh boy, y'all don't know what it took to get here, but I'm here.
But hello, let's talk about how good God is. And I always take the road to God. I just can't help it. It's in my fabric.
That better be the only road you take.
You don't get grandma's fired up now.
That's for the past 2 weeks.
It don't take much. Look at them. It don't take much.
It's been a lot. And I thank God that I'm able to release and have this great communal time with my friends because it's like just one punch after the other. My mama called me it was like 12:20. She said she thought she was trying to call me for something. All I heard was her say hello. I lost it. I mean, snot was coming out of my nose. Harper's like, "Mommy, what is wrong with you?" But it's something about that connection when you hear your mama.
Yes,
voice,
honey.
When you hear your mama voice, all of the armor that you have on you, it releases.
It's a safe space.
Yes. And I wasn't trying to do all of that, but I know she was on the phone for at least 2 minutes and was like, "What is going on? I can't hear." And you know my mama, she's going. If she could have come through the phone, she would have been through the phone.
100%.
Yes, that part, Dwight. But I just tell you, it has been a day. I told her, I said, if I could punch the devil in his face right now, because it wasn't any individual person. There wasn't any one person that was doing anything. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't a hater. It wasn't any of those type of things. But I know where the source of the situations just kept coming from. It had nothing to do with the natural. It was a spiritual situation.
Absolutely.
I told her if I could just punch him in the face.
You better get
what a great place to be in when you understand what it is, though, right? Because you got that you might go your whole day and be like, you might do each other and don't even know why.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yes. And
I
understand.
didn't know I was going to be here until 6 o'clock.
Yes.
I was like, wait, hold it. Somebody let me in.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, I didn't know they had internet in the Dominican. Now, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
I'm
not black. I'm not black, Poppy. I'm Dominican, Poppy.
All I know is I told God, whoever's supposed to be there, gonna be there. Because I thought I was hanging out with the guys today. I thought I was by myself. I was ready.
Makita and I are here for you.
That's what we are.
For me.
Yes, Sarah.
I appreciate it. Yes, my Sarah's got my back. Have you seen that commercial? We got your back. We got your back.
I have not seen that.
No,
I haven't.
It's really good. Honey, what are you doing?
The most Makita. That's Makita. You know Makita.
That
Makita
is
be
not
ready.
me.
She be like,
That is hilarious. That's
Roy, I be pulling up on him fast, Roy.
I heard Makita. When we pulled into Atlanta, I heard Makita a mile away. Skirt. I said, and you wouldn't even. Here's the funny part, babe. You wasn't even in the car. I was in the car. I heard Makita.
Oh, right. I remember that. Right.
Saw the pinky before she came around the corner.
You know, Roy is telling a bold-faced lie. I don't even know why he's doing me like this.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Look, I'm going to tell you who else said that was some people were telling a bold-faced lie. Cam Newton said, all them people telling a bold-faced lie on me. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why I left. Let me tell you why I'm not with them no more. What did he say?
He said they were intimidated by his aura.
Yeah.
Oh.
By his aura.
Okay.
And he said it had nothing to even do with the player. But I think part of it was that he felt like they also set him up and betrayed him because they were like, hey, go ahead. No, like, hey, I need to get a double check on, because last year he had COVID, right? So he's like, hey, I think I just need to get just a double check, make sure I'm okay. Hey, I think that's a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. Then you go, right? You push it. They're on the phone making the appointment for the man. And then it's like, oh, by the way, we got protocol. So you're going to have to miss this 5 to 7 days. And also you see the press. I'm like, hey, Mac Jones he has the opportunity to start. But I think the thing is back to Cam's point was his aura is in his presence would have been a distraction had he even stayed. Because he said, I would have been the backup quarterback. But they had a problem with Cam, just his whole presence.
How long was he on that team? I didn't even know he had left the Carolina Panthers.
He was there for last season. 1 year.
1 year.
Okay.
1 year, Makita.
But we had said that last week that just he did not fit the image of the New England Patriots. Like at the end of the day, like he was the best. When they lost Tom Brady and needed to find somebody quick, Cam was a great fit for them in that moment of crisis. But now they're trying to build anew, and so Mac Jones, the Alabama quarterback, the Joe Namath, all that all that stuff is more Robert Kraft and New England and what they want. They want the white boy quarterback who knows how to do it. Let's just be frank, right?
That's
like,
New England.
That's what it is.
That's that area.
But I think the problem what I don't like about it is that the media, the narrative that they're trying to write about Cam Newton and what he isn't, or he's tired, he needs to retire. He ain't gonna be a backup quarterback. He was learning the plays from Mac Jones was only there for 4 or 5 months. How you gonna learn the plays from somebody you've been in the league forever, right? So the narrative that they were printing and saying was so false. So Cam came on, did his Funky Fridays, and was like, "Listen, let me just give y'all the real truth. Let me keep it funky with you, you know." And
no. And I appreciate him taking ownership of that. But let's be clear. And Miles brought this up, talking about the playbook. The ESPN had the playbook that the NFL has always had for black quarterbacks is you're only as valuable as you are doing the kind of super productivity. The second you slip a little bit, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, Warren Moon, all of them have come through the same playbook that as soon as you slip just enough, now the narrative is you're too this, you're too much of this.
Yeah,
we don't need
that's
you.
all over.
You know.
That's across the board.
Yeah. He addressed it.
That's that whole you have to be 3 or 4 times better than everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you insert the black quarterback.
They won't get a chance to see his high water pants and his skirts. They should, you know.
Just because that man want to wear a onesie, let that man wear a little. That man want to wear a onesie, little snap in the middle action.
That guy. Listen, I remember Cam Newton when he was in the 8th grade. Cam was always dressing like that. That's the
really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he's just eclectic like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, when he had that outfit where he looked like Darkwing Duck, I was like, brother. I said, sir.
So what team did he go to? Where is he now?
He's out. He's at home right now, but
he's watching my 2 cents right now.
Wow, I'm glad. We need
get picked up. I mean, the way the Baltimore Ravens are losing their players, he might get picked up tomorrow.
Okay.
What about
because they stole the Browns?
What about here to Miami?
Who?
Is it who for the Dolphins or the Browns?
I said the Baltimore Ravens are losing their players because of how they did the Cleveland Browns. That's
got it.
You mean how they did the city of Cleveland? Got it.
I don't know if that's so much karma. They got 2 Super Bowl rings, so I don't know how much karma that is.
Yeah. Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that, Kendrick.
Those are Cleveland Browns.
I don't know how much real karma that is. You go out and win 2 Super Bowls. I mean, I figured they would have losing seasons.
It wasn't really them.
That was not the Browns, Mokita.
We cultivated that team, and then they tried to take it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Mokita. So that's kind of like how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers let Tony Dungy go, and then the next year they won the Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's team.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you saying that the Cleveland, so that team that won 2 Super Bowls over the last 25 years was Cleveland's team.
That's correct.
That's what you're saying.
And now they're
I see what you're doing.
People. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Gotta follow the.
And now we need to just go ahead on to a different subject. Okay, let's just move on.
But we also want to extend the invitation to Ray Lewis to refute everything Mokita just said.
Exactly.
Lewis, if you want to come on my 2 cents, Ray Lewis, and talk about that.
Right.
No, I don't want to see Ray Lewis.
I thought you were going to tell us what you think about Ray Lewis.
Well, we still trying to get endorsements, so I'm gonna just go ahead and be quiet. And sponsorships.
Okay.
Oh, but they love that controversy. Let be true.
Okay, well then he's a killer, so don't worry about it.
Ooh, that's how you feel.
Wait a minute.
Everybody needs a breath.
I'm saying they love the controversy. So
we're gonna go to the mental health professional on this one.
Ray didn't do that.
I was shocked. I'm like, what just happened?
And neither did OJ.
OJ did not do it.
Went dark, boy.
OJ didn't do it. OJ did not do it.
I said, and neither did OJ.
No, but you made the look
doing it.
You made the look. Let me tell you why OJ did not do it. First of all, his son was a trained killer with knives. He literally, for real, he did, and he hated the ex-wife. She spoke bad about him and told him that he could not come to that family dinner. What would you do for your child if they murdered somebody? You would also go through the just the accusations and everything to protect your child. And I drove from OJ's house to the restaurant. The timing doesn't even add up.
Oh Lord!
You heard it here first. My 2 cents exclusive right now.
I am telling you, I drove it.
She's not just PR, she's a PI, folks.
Listen, Dwight, for real. Like she asked some questions that'll make you, throw yourself under the bus. You got to be careful now.
He got in trouble when he was in the armed forces for his use of a knife. He had a domestic battery charge for taking the girl that he was with at the time and holding her by the knife. He got arrested. I mean, using a knife as a weapon was very common for him. There is no way OJ at the time could have even done all of that damage to that little boy. That boy was like 30 years his junior. You guys are not. I don't
know. Listen, I'm just in there. I'm blown away that we rehashed the OJ trial. Right now.
I don't even know how did we get here.
I am like, how did we get here?
Taking us all down different lanes.
Look, that's why I said after I said what I said about Ray Lewis, I better just go and be quiet.
Yes. Next time we're gonna just agree with you, Makita. Be quiet. What happened?
All I gotta say is when we get off the air, Google it. I can't remember OJ's son, but Google his name with knives. It will just come up. And that's the whole reason why that OJ's team just allowed them to prosecute him. Because it wasn't going to be a prosecution because he really didn't do it. Like he really didn't do it.
And but neither did Ray Lewis. So let's move on.
I just want to acknowledge my frat brother Johnny Cochran for just being an amazing attorney.
Absolutely.
That was not his glove. It's so much.
It was the son's glove.
It was his son's glove.
Well, it didn't fit, so they had to quit.
And that is the reason why his DNA was at the crime scene, but the percentage was not at the point where they could truly identify that he was the person that was at the crime scene. It was his DNA because it was his son.
Jessica, can I just get you to do one of those like dramatic turn to the camera, because that's one of them crime scene ones.
It actually was the son.
You didn't know it's the rest of the story.
My whole mind is like blown right now.
No, you're kidding.
Listen,
I've never heard that. I've never heard that. But I'm gonna look it up. I'm going to look it up. I'd never
look it up, and then in our chat, I want to hear you guys tell me that you looked it up and that what your thoughts are. This is great conversation. I mean,
I'm saying you just educated me on that. You just dropped all kinds of
I'm not believing knowledge. You have heard this.
No,
listen, I'm not saying I thought OJ did anything, or I had just not pursued the thread. I mean, I just hadn't given it the energy, but you told me something today.
My whole rationale behind just being completely immersed in it was at the time I was the news director at WEDR. So
there you go.
I was bringing news every day. So
now that's interesting. That's interesting, Jess.
One time for BET, all them Fatal Attraction shows y'all do, y'all need a new person. She's right there, Jessica Mockins.
I would let you walk through the doors of BET.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm TV1 is the one who actually does those shows. Yes.
Yeah.
So that one.
or even CBS, ABC, Fox.
Listen,
Netflix.
John
go ahead and work on Law and Order, girl.
Law and
Order.
Listen. Somebody call Ice-T. Ice-T need to come on the show and
right.
LL Cool J. Let him come.
And I never knew that SVU stood for sexual victim.
No,
unit.
it's special.
No,
victims.
Special victims unit.
Girl, what are you doing?
Special victims.
You're not gonna get us with that one,
You want to change
Jessica.
the
You know better.
Today's
Girl,
show
what's wrong with
is
you?
brought to
You're
you
not
by
about to get
Going
us with
Left.
that.
It's been a day, and if
You
you
know
can fight
better
today,
Today we just
but
going
dang, you
left
trying to
today.
make the day even longer?
You see,
It's
this
not
is
sexual victim unit.
No,
It's
this
special
is
victims
why. This is why they're not teaching our students anything at North Carolina. This is why.
That show didn't even exist when I went to that school.
They're
I've been gone for
They're not.
almost 30 years.
Oh.
You're not gonna give us two conspiracy theories today.
Look,
Madam Mostly
I'm gonna tell you like this. I've been on this earth so long, I forgot more than you know, sir.
Ooh, dang.
There
Madam
you go.
Hostess with the mostest.
Okay,
that's it.
I'm just gonna go
Wow.
ahead and throw that out there because what we're not going to do is attack my HBCU. That is not what we're going to do.
Yeah.
The number one historic. Okay, we don't want to talk about HBCUs because that is a whole rabbit hole.
I really don't think y'all want to do that. I'm here today.
I see
Yes,
in Virginia
yes, you
is
see
from
that.
No, I know. I agree.
USF is in the house too, okay?
I don't think you want to do that.
I'm going with Clark Atlanta University because that's where my money goes.
USF is in
Hampton
the house.
versus
That's what
everybody.
That's what you're supposed to do, Mo.
Yes,
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's
I
right.
didn't go, but that's
What
where
he's
my
not
money
gonna
is.
do
So
is talk about.
That's
Our
where you.
school.
That's what you should
That's
do.
right, Earl. Don't come for us. That's right.
Shut up, Earl.
That's right. But
Grambling is so rude.
Really
Shut up,
is.
Earl.
Miles, you're supposed to say, "Be quiet, Earl."
it wouldn't sound the same, Belinda. It wouldn't sound the
Yeah,
same.
shut up, Earl.
This is
Now,
This is between me and Miss. This is between me and the hostess with the mostest.
someone
Stay in
else
your
needed
place.
to be quiet. Did you guys see Kevin on the plane?
oh my goodness.
Oh.
Now, sit down now. You can't hold us. Hard on the ground, sir. Sit. Yes, we are. We're already grounded. Sit. You see anyone else getting up? Sit. God. Sit. You sit down in that seat. You stay. Don't find it. Really? Sorry, folks, but that's what they think of America. They think that it is a disgrace. I think of America as not a disgrace. I think of America as not a disgrace. Really? Yes. Really? Really? I
Listen.
Now that looked like a mental health issue to me.
Yeah.
Listen,
It
it
looked
looked like
like
the
that was
caucasity
an
of it
insurance
all, is
claim.
what it
That's what that was. Insurance claim. He ain't fooling
The
nobody.
But if he had been
Caucasity is what it
black,
was.
it wouldn't have been "Hey, buddy."
No, not the little pat on the shoulder, tap on
at
the
all.
shoulder.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
Mhm.
It would have been chokehold central, man. That
Yeah.
must be, boy.
Not a chokehold.
You know it would have been, Jessica.
But that's
You
how
said we were
pilgrims
trying
treat
to
each
get
other.
sponsors, Mokita.
I was trying to get what?
That we're trying to get sponsors, endorsements.
Oh,
Fix it, Makita. Fix it. Fix
None
it,
of the
Makita.
shows
Fix
off
it.
the air.
well, who makes the batons that they choke you with? Maybe they could sponsor. I don't know. It's been a long week, y'all. I've been looking forward to this.
right
I just needed to, unwind.
It's prior to Sunday and and Thursday, it had been a long time since I had actually been on a plane, and I couldn't help but think like what I would do or what might be my reaction in the event somebody in my general vicinity starts to, act up in that capacity, because that's, you're in the air, the anniversary of 9/11 is tomorrow, that kind of thing, man. Like that's just, I don't understand why people just can't get drunk, get on the plane, and then just fall asleep like normal people.
Right.
Like, I just don't get it, man. I don't get how.
Yeah, because you don't know if he would have tried to open that door or not. You don't know what he would be trying to do. Yeah.
Right, Mo. Like this, like, and I saw a statistic, and I want to say that they have to be fabricating this, but they say that since 2020 or since 2021, since this COVID year, that violent, unruly incidents are up like 4,000 incidents.
I agree. I think
that's only 365 days in a year. So you're telling me it's like 20 incidents, or like 10 incidents?
So are we just talking about on the plane period?
No, this is on the plane. This is on planes.
No, they're talking about on the plane. They're talking about on the plane while it's in flight. Like that's just insane to me.
But do you know how many flights there are a day though? So I can agree. I can believe it.
That's true.
I believe
that's
it.
True,
I mean, think about what people been at home.
Of aggression. Yeah, they have. Even the kids. I have a friend who's a principal at an elementary school, and she said the kids are they're running wild. She said she had a kindergartner who tore up an entire classroom. Like he just ripped the stuff off the walls, was throwing chairs. Other kindergartners was just running down the hall. She said she felt like.
I mean,
wait, Mokita. What was they?
You know what they were.
Because that's not happening in our house. You already know that.
Right.
I just want to know if they stood and said, "Who else want to mess with Hollywood Cole?" after they was done.
But she said she was calling parents left and right, and the parents was. One parent said, "I can't come. I'm in court."
Right.
Wow. Well, Belinda, what do you think is
deal
going
with that,
on? What from a textbook standpoint is really going on with us?
I think that one thing is
us. It's not us, by the way.
I mean society, not any
what's going on with them?
specific race. I'm just saying that we are trying to get sponsors.
It's just like a huge coming out party. Everybody's having an opportunity to come out and just do whatever they feel like they need to do in society. But we have the same thing going on in all modes of transportation. It's not just airplanes. We have the same thing going on the bus. People walking down the street. Mm-hmm. Someone posted in a local Instagram, someone walking down the street here in our community, they were completely naked. Walking down the street. It's everybody and anybody who hasn't been able to get the mental health support that they need.
Look at
all of a sudden they're able to get on.
All I know is he licked his bottom lip. That I don't know if it was while Belinda was saying naked walking down the street, but I looked up and the senator was biting his bottom lip.
Completely naked. Dwight.
All I know, if I'm a teacher and a kindergartner ain't tearing up my room, I'm choke slamming him on the spot.
Well, you can't choke.
Then you're not a teacher. You're not a teacher. You're something else.
That's why Miles Battle cannot teach in public school.
Well, let's see what
you doing this? Is this AA Ron? AA Ron.
Yeah, you
look,
Ron.
This is a great segue into Karen.
What about that?
Karen is a teacher, and I want you guys to see. Karen was accused, because it was on tape, of jacking up a 3-year-old young man who could not communicate. And the mama sat through 3 hours of footage of looking at what was happening to her child in a single day, from squeezing his lips together, molly whopping him on the floor, jacking his arm up. Yes. The mother is in jail and she has a GoFundMe page. Let me just show you.
We had a tape for the mama. Come on, mama.
Yes, here's the tape right here. See that spear?
That's right, Roy.
Casey said no. That's not what you're gonna do to my child.
She needed 2 pieces and a biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, she got a 12 piece. She got a 12 piece and 6 Popeyes biscuits on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And she Casey's not done.
Well, wait, is it on? I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Oh, you missing it.
You're missing it.
Oh, you missing it. Casey had to show her a life lesson that day. She's like, I'm about to show you these. I'm about to show you these lesson plans right now.
Okay, this was.
And now you about to lose your job.
She deserved it.
Listen, I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, you can't put your hands on people's kids. You just can't
Aaron
do it.
co-worker came in and pulled her out.
Boop,
See,
boop.
Casey.
Yeah, she caught on that wall. She got 2 clean ones right there.
Yeah.
Casey went full UFC on her right there. She's like, I got you on the ground. I'm grappling you real quick.
And I think any parent would have done that.
Absolutely.
I mean, your child is 3 years old.
Listen, they better not do it to either one of your children either.
Listen, that day, I already would have been writing my plan out for my prison ministry. Okay,
right?
Yeah.
No, you would have been
horrible.
released that day.
I'd have been like, put some money in my books because I'm about to go inside.
The caption says that she slapped the child with a book for over 3 hours. So this was
3 hours.
This was a perpetual, continual action.
Kept,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like basically.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll drop her name in. If you Google it, her GoFundMe page will come up, and it'll be her account of what happened. And she's just like, no parent would have sat there and allowed that to continue to happen to their child. A 3-year-old non-verbal child at that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a special needs
child. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
No.
But even if it was not a special needs child, 3 years old.
That don't make no sense.
No.
I don't remember what age I was, but I do remember Miss Dorothy Walker. One of the best black teachers I ever had. Miss Dorothy Walker. Man, that lady pinched me so hard.
You remember her name.
You deserve
every bit of it.
I'm talking about, and my mama, I don't know if this was the coalition of African American women where they had an understanding.
Absolutely.
My mama was like, you should have beat his ass. And she was like, I wasn't going to do that, Miss Battle, but I had to get him under control. And my mama understood. And then Thelma proceeded to take me home and beat
exactly.
Now that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
how
you keep on.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You just keep on getting beaten.
I'm talking. Yeah, I got 2 whoopings that day.
Yes, Mark.
I've been there. I've been there.
You had to do it for the culture.
This was in school. This was in school. And Miss Walker was she wasn't an obese woman, but she was solid. Like, she was solid. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking about, let me tell y'all, she got a hold of me in there and she pinched me like on my side, like, you know, like right where your love handles at when you start growing a little fat when you get older. That lady pinched me. Man, I cried so hard. And then she told me, she was like, I'm going to call and tell your mom. And I was like, God, why we just can't keep this between us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, like,
he snatched your soul.
But nowadays it's almost like you parents don't have that trust in the administrators. And
they should not. They should not.
Right.
They should not have that trust in them.
It was a community, right? So
yes,
I remember getting in trouble with my teacher. And he, matter of fact, him and my daddy were racquetball partners. He got me. I got home. My daddy got me. My mama got me. Somebody stopped me on the way, talking about your daddy gonna get you.
That's right. That's right.
Man, they're antagonizing you walking down the street. Where, hey, little man, you better get your ass whooped, man.
It was like the McDonald's commercial. Remember, Marcus is on the fries.
Miles, with no social media, the whole streets knew Roy was a clown. They was just like, you better get your ass.
They had a party line. They had a party line.
They sure did.
Shout out to
I heard what happened to you in school. What?
I'm gonna tell you another thing too about Miss Walker. Don't think just because I was one of the few, maybe I think at that time, one of the 2 black kids in her class that she put her hands on me.
She was an equal opportunity athlete.
She would put her hands on anybody, and she ain't think twice about it either. When I tell you she ain't think twice about it,
I remember growing up, the teachers really were like your second, like a family. I remember that. I remember I was on a bus one time and I got sick. I was with one of my friends and I threw up on the bus. I was just sick. By the time I got home, my mother knew, the neighbors knew. She was like, well, what happened on the bus? And I was like, huh? Well, somebody said they thought you was drunk. I was like, Mom, come on now. Mm-hmm. By the time we got home, my mother was like, no.
It was alcohol, it was weed.
No, it wasn't. It was the food at the mall that made me sick. But what I'm saying is,
you were skipping school. Right. You were skipping school.
Food in the Dominican.
No, I wasn't skipping school. My mom knew where I was, but it was just, I don't even know who was on the bus with me that knew me to be able to call somebody that called.
They didn't know you. They knew your mom.
Yes, girl. When I tell you, by the time I got home, I'm walking down the street.
First of all, it was the bus driver. Let's start there.
Right.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. The Miss So-and-so, you all right, baby? And I'm like,
I'm going to tell her mama.
Right.
Well, all I remember at Richmond Middle School was they threw a potato at Mr. Pittman.
It was a wrap.
A couple people got paddled that day. Mm-hmm. Got paddled in the office.
Well, back in the day, I mean, if you did something like that, teachers could fight you.
Yeah.
That's for real.
Lock the door.
Lock the
door.
I did go home and tell my parents, and my mama would say, I wish. And we know the end of that sentence.
Right.
Listen.
Yeah.
When we playing, your mama still like that.
Yeah.
Well, that part. Yeah. That part.
I remember in 6th grade, I changed schools, and on the first day, Mr. Pinchback pulled out a paddle.
It sounded like somebody.
Miss Pinchback pulled out a paddle, and she whooped T. Jones. I'm not gonna say his first name. She whooped T. Jones. I remember this so vividly. When she finished, I said, "Excuse me, I need to go to the principal's office." And she said, "What is it?" And I just got up and I walked out. I went to the office. I said, "Y'all need to call my father because he needs to come down here and explain to this lady that she can never, ever put her hands on me."
I know that's right.
That's not going to happen. I don't care who you are.
Your whole life, Belinda.
My whole entire life. And when I see T. Jones now, when I go home, my heart breaks a little bit for him.
What grade were you in?
6th grade. I changed schools.
I like the way you say T. Jones. Terrence Jones. Let me tell you.
Right.
Jones. Ain't but a couple of T.
So my mother was an educator. She has never placed her hands on any child, and children would come home with us for the weekend back in the day. They would leave their parents and come to our house. My mother has never touched any of her children. So for me to see an educator touch a child in any way is traumatizing.
If you ever want to hear a good ass whooping story, Belinda, McDonald's in the Heights with my dad. Feel free to go.
never popped you guys. But do we all agree that does not apply for every child?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's not for every child at all.
All you got to do is get one in the class, and you don't have to do nothing to nobody else.
Oh no, I was just talking about at home.
I was talking about the classroom.
Oh no,
in the home, everybody was going to
I'm talking about at home. That
it's not for everybody.
Child is different.
Yeah.
Children need to be popped.
Yeah.
Because they just don't respond.
They don't respond to that.
To verbal.
Ms. Monkins, I would think I've never had the privilege. God didn't bless me with my own children. Wonder why that is. But he didn't.
I don't know the word chest clam.
I mean, if you know we're talking about names, it was like Mr. Battle is coming in. That's the problem right there. What the name?
He didn't bless me with my own kids. But I would say this, and I'm gonna speak from my father's perspective. He said that he would never hit my sister, or he's only hit my sister once. All right. And he said the reason being is because as a father, you never want to give your daughter the impression that it's okay for a man to physically discipline her in that capacity. He said, even though that's my daughter, he said, I feel some type of way about it. He said, now you and your brother, listen, that's just the only language y'all understand. And I tend to agree with that. I do. I tend to agree. I think if you have boys, sometimes that's just the only language that they're going to understand at times. I really believe that. I think with women, I think with young ladies, I think that it's very, very different.
My daddy did not have a problem laying hands
on you or April.
My sister, I don't think she's ever gotten a spanking.
Probably not.
Really? TT never got a spanking?
Ever.
My father never.
You're such a wonderful woman. I understand that.
Ever. She's never gotten a spanking. Now, me, on the other hand.
Yes. We can see this.
They have laid hands. I've had shoes thrown at me.
You don't even have to convince us. We believe you.
In the house. Yeah. My daddy would thump me. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
like that.
I needed it like this. Like some people call it a pluck.
Yeah.
My father never whooped me. My mom told him one time, I'm not doing it this time. You do it. And so she left, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna act like you got a whooping." I was like, he was so soft when it came to me.
Yeah, man. Like
I did not. You needed it.
But don't worry about it. My mama took care of that.
Oh, okay.
Like I even think about
that last time she said, "This is the last time." I ran through the house. I was like, "You got to catch me to get this one."
I remember that was when I was in 8th grade. My mama had to catch me. But then at 21, we were on the side of I-85.
Oh,
where were you going?
I was driving by. I would have stopped to look. To look at what was going on the side of the road between this mother and her child.
What happened? What happened, Pete?
Oh, she fought me on the side of the highway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she said, "Pull over."
Pull over.
Wait, you was driving?
I was driving.
And you did it?
Pull over. Pull over.
I'm scared. I wanted to fight you.
Because let me tell you, we are so off topic, but let me tell you, and I used to tell this story when I graduated from college. My mother and I used to do this 101 of college.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, it is.
You eating, Kendrick?
You need to put out some dessert.
Delectable sweets and treats.
Get you some.
In college, you have this opportunity to get credit cards.
Oh, baby.
And so this friend of mine asked me to sign his lease for him and his girlfriend.
You deserve that ass whooping.
We haven't even heard the whole story, and you need your ass whooped.
Also to get furniture.
Ooh, pig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fight.
Yeah,
that's a fight.
So I did.
She was just trying to help her friend.
She lost her mind. Let's call it what it is.
But no, in her mind, all she was doing was signing her name.
Yeah, I did not understand. I think I might have been 19 or 18. Nobody ever talked to me about the importance of my social security number and why I should not help other people in that way.
They got you. They got you.
They got me. And they were locals.
Ooh, and they was locals?
They were locals hanging out on campus.
You wouldn't go back.
Looked at me and was like, the little girl, she out of state. She from Miami. She got money. She got credit.
The Greensboro folks got the Miami girl to co-sign on their furniture.
We don't let locals come on Hampton's campus.
So I did it. Come to find out, I don't even remember. But not only Jody,
but the credit bureau remembers. That's all.
No. I don't even know how they did it, but my mother's name was on the lease.
Yes.
With her information.
Yes.
Oh, they must have looked
at so We're in the car driving, and we have a U-Haul because my mama was like, honey, we get ready to go there, and we are taking all of that
All of
and
our
putting it
furniture.
in a U-Haul.
Right. Our furniture, Dwight.
Our
furniture
furniture.
in my name that has not been paid for. We're loading it into a U-Haul, and we are going to get rid of that furniture. Well, I had the audacity.
Yes, you did.
Ooh.
I mean, first of all, you deserved the ass whooping from the
Because you
jump.
was
But
grown.
then you had the
You
audacity.
was grown.
Right.
You was grown. You had to let her know because
You had to have an
audacity
adult ass whooping.
to tell her, I didn't even tell you to come here and help me.
Oh.
And then you wonder
Went
why
from
your
a
kid.
two-rounder to a championship bout. Just off of that.
She told me to pull over. Pull over. No, I
It
didn't.
went from an
you didn't
exhibition
tell me.
fight to a
Just
championship.
go ahead and pull over. It was on I-85.
Yes. Still little stains of blood right there.
Who was driving, Jessica? Who was driving?
There's a marker. There's a marker still left there.
Did she slap you while you were driving? Did she hit
The
you while you
cross,
were driving?
the flowers, and everything.
No, Miles, because she didn't want to hurt herself.
She didn't want to hurt herself. She did not want to hurt herself.
They got one of them historic markers. Here was where Jessica got her ass whooped.
Yeah. She had that much restraint to tell me, pull the car over. Because I know what I'm getting ready to do to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay these hands all over you, girl.
Yeah, on the side of the road with your grown self.
Right.
You're not telling me to come here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what we're gonna do about this situation.
After I've been on the phone with you, Hall. Oh no.
After she finished, she told me give her the keys. Give me them keys.
You know, as a footnote in history, Jessica, there was probably like a little 4 or 5-year-old girl that saw that and wrote the lyrics to "Nuck If You Buck."
That's hilarious.
I remember I was driving down the street and we were knocking and bucking.
To this day, they say if you have to pull over at a police station. This is why.
Well, we'll talk about the time that I went to the police station on another show.
Drop you at the fire department and be like, take her. I'm abandoning this child.
I was as a freshman. I was charged with a fray, inciting a riot. But that's not what we're talking about right now.
Have you ever tried to call somebody on your mama though?
What does that mean?
No.
I called my grandmama. Like,
yeah,
he over here tripping. I got
that's
two
an AW.
women's. My mama and my grandmama.
That's
First of all, right. I don't know how you made that call on a rotary dial phone in the first place. Hold on.
Boy, and I didn't think my grandmother could really get me. Boy, she put my head between her knees.
Oh,
and I couldn't move. It was like the desperate.
Wait, she put your head between her
knees. Yeah, and I'm thinking I can squiggle out of this. No, ma'am.
No, you did not.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Grandma said no.
No, ma'am.
So
that was
I do believe that happened to me so that I could save some other kids credit.
Mm-hmm.
And I told that story. Not the story about getting beat up on the side of I-85, but the story of how important your credit is.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
How you have these promotions going on campus.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to give you a water bottle,
a t-shirt,
sunglasses, a t-shirt, a towel. And that was in the 90s and the 80s. I'm sure they do much more sophisticated things.
Girl, I had a pair of $400 Nikes, baby. They started out as $25. By the time I finished paying for them, they were about $400.
It's crazy. It's predatory lending, and it's like because you're really preying on the ignorant, like because like you said, as a first of all as a child, but then coming as a person of color, where finances and credit and things of that nature are rarely discussed in our households. You're talking about we're going to give you a free $500. Right then, that conversation should be there because ain't nobody giving you anything.
Right.
Let me just text my child right now, just in case I
have my credit card.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Don't you open that email? Don't you open that email they sent you?"
No, they're going to ask her to give them her social security information and to fill out this credit card. Girl, you gonna get $500,
right?
And I'm getting ready to give you this laptop cover. Girl, you need this.
Mokita, just ask her to replay my 2 cents for herself and all her friends.
Hello. Look, wait, I got to send the text first though.
Yes.
Or tell her to go to I-85 at mile marker so-and-so.
Right.
There'll be a whole black and gold, and it'll tell the whole story. like a civil rights trail.
Oh my gosh, where did the time go? We have so much to talk about. Wait a minute. Naomi Osaka told them, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm retiring indefinitely from the world of tennis. Did you guys hear this story this week?
Oh, no.
Yes.
I don't think she's going to retire. I think it's just a break.
She gonna hit that thing like Jay-Z, gonna retire about 3-4 times, like she did.
Right. It's a mental break. I mean, I think what you see is, I mean, even Sloane Stephens and some of these other players that have been losing. I mean, the media is just out of control. I mean, they're brutal.
They're relentless.
Yeah, they're relentless. And so I think what you see is that athletes and folks are exhausted from it.
Yes.
And it's coming from people who don't even know how to play the game. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, they're gonna hide behind the cloak. They're gonna hide behind the cloak of we're just doing our job. That's what they do, right?
But these athletes, they're saving themselves. They're self-preservation. They're saving themselves.
Listen, Naomi says she got her coins. She
right.
In
her skincare line.
Yeah,
she's good.
Like yeah,
I Am Athlete is back for a 3rd season.
Did you see what that
awesome show? Awesome.
You see what that first topic was? That
first topic. What was it?
Richardson was
I didn't see it yet.
That first topic.
They went all the way to Ocoee, Florida.
Yeah, they went to actually meet with Sha'Carri, but she didn't show up.
Sha'Carri Richardson, the young lady who was running track.
Right.
And
she didn't show
came
up for the
in
interview?
last place at the Prefontaine Classic.
According to what they reported, according to the dialogue discussion that they were having, I guess at the very last minute, correct me if I'm wrong, Roy, at the very last minute, her people told her that wouldn't be a good idea, so she pulled out. But they traveled because they didn't even have their usual set. They traveled to, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I know how to spell it. Yeah, Ocoee, Florida.
Because we ran into Fred Taylor right before he was jumping.
But that was their very first topic, and it sounded and the takes sounded eerily similar to what we discussed in some of the takes that we had on My 2 Cents. So shout out, great minds must think alike.
Yeah.
Well, there's a level. I think there's a level of responsibility you have to take. You train for a period of time to become an Olympian, and you drop the ball. And I think that's the part they're like, hey, you have to be accountable. Now, I think which was a fair question is at some point, when does the maturity kick in where you really start understanding? And I think in her case, you just don't want it to happen where it's too late.
Right.
100%.
Chad Ochocinco was really excited about the fact that she was walking in this lane of being a villain. I think it was because it reminded him of himself.
You have to have success, though. If you're going to be a villain, be successful. Chad did his thing on the field.
She's had success, Roy. She's had success.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you lose, you did not handle it well.
Right. No, nobody's denying that.
But that's the thing that's going to overshadow, and people will remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she hasn't had experience losing.
I think I brought that point up. I said I think she's never had the experience of losing, and then
having the camera on you.
But
I don't agree.
She didn't anticipate that she was going to come in last. Like, it's one thing to lose. That's another thing to come in dead.
Well, I'm going to share another thing that I have been made aware of, like OJ, and I'm going to share it off camera because this is too fresh. It's too fresh to release. There are no other news outlets that are carrying this story that I've been privy to because I have some intel, but I'm not sharing it on the air. I'm not sharing it on the air.
Oh, yeah, breaking news. Michael K. Williams.
Okay.
We are leaving the show with Michael K. Williams. Thank you, producer Mokita Conchita from the Dominican Republic.
That's not Michael K. Williams. That's Omar.
That's Omar.
That's Chalky White.
I like to see his scar. This picture doesn't show his scar.
Yes, it
does. It does.
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
It does.
Omar
My bad.
Oh, chalky white.
Omar coming.
Omar, you know it, Mokita.
Yes.
You know it.
Yes. That was
Omar,
my show.
I didn't get a chance to relish in Michael K. Williams' artistry.
That man was
you still have time because
did you see the DMX tribute?
That was great.
He was a brilliant actor.
And
he was great in Lovecraft Country as well.
God,
yes.
wasn't he great in
I love Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
Miles.
They were talking about that.
He's just a Negro with a dictionary.
His demise was that they were going to get rid of his character from that show, and he had a hard time with the pandemic during that time, and it just
mental.
Unfortunately,
let me just say too, September is Suicide Prevention Month, and we have to be realistic. Sometimes people purposely go through things. People are going through things, and their remedy is to self-medicate at a very high and toxic level.
Mm-hmm.
And that could still considered to be within the realm of suicide.
Mm-hmm.
It happens a
but
lot.
I would also say for the folks out there messing with that fentanyl,
oh my gosh!
Like that's the thing is like
you're taking a chance. Really,
anytime you're messing with cocaine at this point, you're taking a chance because they're cutting that stuff with fentanyl
cocaine
left and right.
And heroin, both of those drugs.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're getting.
No,
right?
No.
So for the brothers out there, just
rest in peace. Prayers to his family. I saw his nephew being interviewed.
Yeah.
His legacy spreads far and wide.
He was in a relationship with not currently, but he had a past relationship with she's a twin and she played in Why Did I Get Married?
Tasha
Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Smith.
They had
Smith. I know it's a common name.
I like her too.
I think her name is Tasha Smith. She has a twin.
It is Tasha Smith.
Mm-hmm.
She finally, posted something, but you could tell she was going through so much.
Mm-hmm.
And she's producing, 50 Cent show, and then he made some remarks that were ugly. It just
about
he's an idiot.
About Michael K. Williams.
He's an idiot.
Really?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Mokita.
I don't care if we don't ever have to have it. Well, let me just be quiet.
We're not gonna have any sponsors.
Mokita, I agree with you. 50 Cent's out of control.
What did he say?
And somebody
50 Cent, I'm gonna have to call you back. We have
what did he say? Somebody tell me what he said.
So he and Michael K. Williams had some kind of beef because Michael K. Williams made
you ain't going 50 Cent. I'll bust him right in the mouth.
Right. Michael K. Williams had
today.
Lord, this is a fool right here. He made some remarks about someone who put 50 Cent's boy in jail. So let's just say me and Miles are friends, but Miles said something about Jessica that
when she went to jail.
Right. So
why can't we be?
So he and come on, man. So he and 50 Cent fell out while he was alive.
Yeah.
And 50 Cent posted on his Instagram page, you all need to check out my latest episode of Kanan, Surviving Kanan, because it talks about fentanyl and drugs and, like Michael K. White. That's what happened to him. That kind of thing. So then he took the post down.
Yeah. Then
he put up another post of an article about him and Michael K. White beefing, and he gonna say something like, Michael, yes, I'm sorry. And then he gonna say something about, don't try to understand me. I am who I am. If I ain't like you in life, saying goes in death. He's an idiot.
Well, I will also share something about 50. Act like you're not hearing me off the air. I will not broadcast that, but there is something else going on. Thank y'all for watching. It's been a great show.
All these little teasers.
That's what's about to happen.